Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Cliff. I'm the owner of Hambleton Transportation. We are a trucking company based out of Pennsylvania, and we haul heavy equipment, oversized and overweight mostly. Sometimes we do lighter stuff, but I try to, purpose of the channel is to try to show heavy haul trucking, what it's like, life out on the road, you know, loading up equipment, hauling it. So stick around and let's get to it. I'm here at the John Deere plant in Kernersville, North Carolina. We are picking up a John Deere 250 excavator. Alright guys, we got this John Deere all loaded up. Got my flags on it. We are ready to rock and roll. This one's about 55,000 pounds. So shouldn't be a problem. And we are going to head north and get as far as we can tonight up towards Canton, Ohio. May not go as far as I can. May go until I find a hotel because I'm pretty tired. But yeah, that's the plan. So I'll get you guys sat up on top of it and we will get some miles done. Alright, so we've got a bit of a problem. So I'm dropped out from under the trailer because I've got a flat tire. So I was rolling along, coming up 77, past the way station, and the Love's there. And then the back of the truck started shaking like something was not balanced, like a tire was not balanced. So there's not many places to pull off coming up through here. So I got to this rest area and I pulled off and I pulled in here, and this tire is flat, and you guys will be able to see it when we get it off, but the tread is gone from here. You can see that moving, it's like it just came apart. So I don't know what is going on with this. I don't know if I picked up a bolt or a nail or something and then it just let go and came apart. It was very weird. But my crossfires worked because the inside tire is still full of air. So I was calling around trying to find somebody to come out and put a tire on. So I called the TA in Wytheville, Virginia. They have a 2.5 hour time before they can send somebody out, and they want a bunch of money for a tire. We talked to the boss shop in Wytheville, same thing. I talked to With Phil, Truck and Tire Repair, I think it's called. Now they were a little more reasonable. It was like $700 all in for the tire mounted. And then I called up to Acres Truck Repair, and he referred me to Turnpike Truck Repair. So I called him, and he's actually on a call just down the road a little bit. He's putting a belt on a truck. So he said he only has all position tires on his truck right now, but he has, you know, he called them rough treads, just actual, you know, drive tires, back at his place in Princeton, which is where my hotel is for the night. So, and it's only like 18 miles away. So he's gonna come up here. He's gonna put an all position tire on here so that I can get up to the hotel, because I am limited to sunset here, which is at like 8 o'clock. So he's gonna come up here, he's gonna put an all position tire on here, and then I'm gonna be able to get up to Princeton to the hotel, and then he'll come out and put a drive tire on it, an actual drive, so they match. And he sent me a picture of the tires. They look pretty good. They're off-brand, but it should be absolutely fine. So that is the plan. And then should have a new tire. Man, it's been a while since I lost a tire. I lost one, I think it was the first week I had my last truck, my last lease truck. I was actually pulling dry van at the time, and I was headed to a warehouse in Denver, Pennsylvania, and picked up, I think it was a bolt or a shard of aluminum or something, and had to replace the tire. It wasn't even 2 weeks old, but this one's got about 80,000 miles on it. So I don't know what happened to it. Continental does have warranty on its tires, so if it just came apart, then I would think that would qualify for a warranty. We'll have to see what it looks like when we get it off. But I know the thing had air in it because I have the crossfires, and I look at them, you know, every time I stop and thump the tires every morning. But this, you know, that tells you if there's air in the tire or not. And it was definitely up. So for now we sit and we wait for this guy to show up. But you know, I could spend the night here and get somebody out, you know, or get somebody out tonight and fix it, and then be on the road in the morning, or you know, get somebody to come out and replace the tire in the morning. But I already paid for the hotel up there. I don't know what he'll charge to mount one and then go up there and then dismount it and mount another one. I don't know. He'll probably charge me a little bit, but it does save him some running, because he said he'd have to go up, say he lives like 14 miles off the highway, to get the tire. So I don't know how it'll work out, but I think it'll still be cheaper than the TA or the Boss Shop down there. You know, it's part of trucking. Every once in a while you'll have a tire that goes bad, but that's where we're at. So made it up to 18 miles south of Princeton, and now we'll get our tire repaired and be on our way again. All right guys, so guy came out, he took the old tire off. It was all busted up, so it had a big chunk of tread ripped out right from the middle, and then you could see it had a big chunk of tread ripped out right from the middle, and then you could see a little hole off here to the side. So it must have popped a hole in it, leaked the air out, and then the tire got hot and came apart. So wish I would have seen it before. I could have saved myself some money. But so this guy came out, he put an all position on here to get me up to Princeton, to the hotel. He's gonna go get a drive tire, one like this, lugs and a closed shoulder, and meet me at the Days Inn, and then he'll swap this one out for one of these. So that is where we're at now. So now I'm going to head up to the Days Inn, and then we should be able to get our tire on tonight and not really lose any time. So that'll be good. Now, I don't know how much it's going to cost, but he seemed like a pretty reasonable guy. And you know, he's got to make money in his business too. So I don't begrudge him, you know, charging. He said he pays $400 for the tires, and he's got to get paid for his time and everything. So I think it'll probably be around 800 bucks, but we'll be good tonight and be able to keep on, you know, heading up to Ohio to get this thing to deliver. I made it up to the hotel. I actually backed into the parking lot here, disconnected my trailer again. I have the truck up on a block again. So now I'm just waiting for Turnpike truck repair to come back out with my actual tire that we're putting on, and we'll get it put onto the truck, put my fender back on, and then I should be ready to roll in the morning. So we're just waiting for him. Hey everyone. Well, it is about 6:30 the next morning. I got to bed around, or I got into the hotel room to get a shower around 10 o'clock last night. So timeline wise, I was coming up 77 through Wytheville, Virginia. Got up just above the way station on 77 going towards West Virginia, and there was no blowout or anything. Just started shaking, like there was a tire severely out of balance. So I pulled into the rest area there at Rocky Gap, and my outside drive tire had there's a big chunk of the tread in the middle that had come apart. And then, so when he got the tire off, you could look at it. So there's the shoulder of the tread of the tire, and there was a big chunk of it that had come out, and then on the shoulder there was a little hole. So I think what happened, I picked up a nail or a bolt or something, and it let all the air out of the tire got hot, and it came apart. But we got a new tire on here, so you can see it is a Green Max, so just a Chinese tire. But I've had pretty good luck with these Chinese tires. I don't know, a GDH 1000. So, but it is very similar tread pattern to my other tires. It matches up pretty well. And he says, the guy that came out and did this says he has good luck with it. So the guy, he came out to the rest area, and I had already disconnected the truck and pulled it up, put it up on a block since it was the outside tire. So he just came out and he didn't even undo the lugs. He just popped the tire off the rim while it was still jacked up, and threw the other tire on it. So he only had all position tires on his service truck. So he threw one of the all position tires on to get me up here to the hotel, because I'm not allowed to run past sunset. So he said, well, we'll get you up to the hotel and then I'll bring a tire to you there. So I came up here. I got up here about, it was a little after 8 o'clock. I was only like 10 minutes late on my curfew last night. So then I got here, got separated again, got it up on a block, got checked into the hotel, went and got some Wendy's right down the road, and went in and ate. And about the time I was done eating, he had pulled up in the lot. So I came out and he put the actual drive tire on there. So let me take a minute here to give a shout out to Turnpike Truck Repair. Shane at Turnpike Truck Repair was absolutely awesome. He took really good care of me. He was very professional. He was very nice. Coming out and doing that at night. And he was very good at his job. So I think we're going to leave him a 5-star review on Google. But for all of that, so let me get up here to the hotel with an all-position tire and then switching it out again. So I figured he would charge for mileage. He would charge for tire mount, dismount. He helped me get my fender off so he could access the tire, and then we put it back on last night. He offered to help put my crossfire back on. I said, no, it's fine. I'll get that back on. It'll be okay for a few days. But just 100% wanted to get the job done right and make sure I was satisfied. And so I figured he would be charging for all of that stuff. I was expecting it, So then when he was done, he gave me the invoice. And as you can see here, he just called out to mile marker 60 north on I-77 to replace tire and dispose of old. And total there, $750, $776.25 because of the credit card fee. So anybody that's dealt with a company like TA or a road service company, that is not the norm. Normally they charge you for every little thing. You're waiting for hours and hours, and then the price is always ridiculous. So I called Shane yesterday and he said, I got 2 types of tires, very upfront. He didn't BS me at all. 2 types of tires. I have all position and I have rough treads. Which one would you want? And then he quoted me a price, $650 for the all position, $750 for the rough tread. And then he came and he did it, and he charged me $750. So, he gave me an estimate and he stuck to it, even though he did extra work in between. So I just want to commend him for doing an excellent job. It's a local business down here. So if you guys are ever in this area around Princeton, West Virginia, give Shane at Turnpike Truck Repair a call and give him some business, because he's doing a good job down here. All that being said, I think we're ready to go this morning. I did my pre-trip. I actually checked tire pressure in all the tires. They're all up. Crossfire worked excellent. So the outside tire lost pressure. The inside tire is still at the same pressure. I usually keep those at between 110 and 115. It's a little cool here this morning. It's like 50 degrees, so they're sitting at like 108. But the inside tire over here was right there with the rest of them. So I believe we're ready to rock and roll this morning. So in all of that, having a breakdown, needing a tire fixed, getting here late last night, I didn't lose any time on this run, which is huge. I would have been willing to pay more so that I didn't lose time on this run, and I can get this one done and delivered and on to the next one. But thanks to Shane, we didn't even lose any time on this run. I'm still starting at sunrise. And speaking of sunrise, that happened like 10 minutes ago, so we need to get rolling. Just arrived here at Murphy Equipment here in Canton, Ohio. So time to get this thing unloaded. This load is done, guys. So we got up here to Canton, Ohio. We got this John Deere 250P offloaded. Got my paperwork signed. Everybody's happy. So now I will move on to the next one. I'm actually not going far, just to North Canton to pick up a D6 from the Cat dealership there and taking that down to Louisville, Kentucky. So I'm gonna go do that. Until the next video, this is Cliff Hambleton with Hambleton Transportation from Murphy Tractor and Equipment in Canton, Ohio. You guys stay safe, and I will see you out there on the road.